So, we're reacting to here, guys, is a video. I thought it was interesting, primarily because of the irony of the video. I'm going to link it to you first. So, this video here is by a name you guys may recognize. We saw this person feature in another video last week, which was quite funny. And yeah, I'm just going to switch over to the streaming scene right here. And it's a video from Stranger Danger talking about C2 boarding defense and how to fight back against pirates. But yeah, I'm interested. This video is about, haven't watched it yet, but this is from Stranger Danger, who was in the video that we watched last week. He was a guest of ITC, and now I see a video from him about C2 boarding defense. So maybe he's taken the lessons that he's learned from ITC and is applying it here. Or, like, I didn't check the timeline of the ITC video and this one, but I'm pretty sure this one came after his incident with ITC and not before. Let's watch this one. Got a superior piracy ship.
It's going to be a quick, simple, down and dirty video on how to defend against pirates boarding your ship. It's going to be no edits, no fancy music, no nothing. Just information for traders to try to survive a piracy encounter if they want to fight back and prevent those pirates from boarding their ship. First and foremost, before everything starts, one of the key things you got to do is don't trade in the damn noob suit. Put on a kit of armor. It really doesn't matter. Put on heavy core, heavy helmet. If you want to wear arms and legs, go for it. At the end of the day, as a trader, you're literally running from your ship into a terminal to push a button and then back to your ship. You're not doing long distance running and sprinting. The extra time you spend from wearing leg armor and carrying a little more gear is really irrelevant. So put on a decent kit. Grab whatever gun you want, something like an FS9, a P4, anything, and bring plenty of ammo for it. Heavy armor is good. You can carry 8 magazines normally with all the heavy armor kits and stuff. That's plenty of armor, or plenty of ammo to pretty much defend against these pirates. Make sure you have your multi-tool, as most traders already carry, some med pens, a med gun, and bring a backpack so you can throw some cruise lux in there, maybe some extra ammo. Carry some grenades too. You never know.
Well, I'm going to pause the video here because he's essentially listing the kit that a hauler should wear, which is pretty much full heavy combat kit. I don't agree with that. You don't need to be wearing it, but you do need to have it handy. So if you watch my pack rat stream or my cartel stream when I'm doing cargo hauling, I grab kit and I put it in the ship because the ship's a giant fucking backpack. I run around in the noob suit, run around in my little sperm suit. I'll have a tractor beam on me, med pens, a pistol, a helmet, and the sperm suit, and I'll just run with that because being able to move fast actually does matter, especially when you get pirates like this guy who like to get onto your elevator. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like the kit that he's listing out, yes, you should have it. You should be prepared to fight in FPS because if you do get attacked by pirates, most of the time they're going to go for the boarding action because it's fucking cool. So yeah, but you don't need to be wearing it all the time. Pretty much put it on when you're getting attacked. I would normally wait until my ship is disabled before putting it on because they need to board it, which means that they need to disable the ship. When they disable the ship, it's not going anywhere. There's no point sitting in the pilot's chair anymore. So get out, access your inventory, start putting kit on. Kit yourself up and then move to a defensive position. But we'll keep watching because I think I'm starting to get ahead of it.
Now, first and foremost, your ship gets soft death. One thing you should do before you get out that pilot seat is open all the exterior doors. Hit the button and get out of the seat. It doesn't seem like much, but when your ship is soft death, everything is unlocked. Pirates are going to EVA in, assuming you're in space, and this is going to be assuming you're in space. Pirates are going to EVA in and board your ship. You can't lock the doors, you can't do nothing to prevent it. But what you can do by opening all in something like a C2 is you can do a little bit of misdirection. Experienced pirates are going to go and give the ship a little sweep while their boarding team prepares to board. They're going to fly around the perimeter, look through the cockpit, see what they can see if you're still in the cockpit area, you know, whatever intel they can gather to give their boarding force. By opening all exterior in something like a C2, and we'll be talking about the C2 specifically in this video, is you do this. The ramp to the passenger elevator stays down. Now, normally when a ship is soft death, like a C2, it's taken enough damage in the rear that the rear ramp is already going to be down. The front ramp might be down, depending on how much fire you took there. But this ramp being down can throw a little bit of misdirection out here. Some pirates will look at this and they won't know whether you're out in EVA or if you're still on board. Use it to your advantage. If it makes the boarding team have to wait a few extra seconds so they can scan the area, it gives you more time to EVA and prepare for the boarding and defend your ship. Now, moving on from that, one of the most important things too is once your ship is soft death, you're out of the seat, some traders will sit here at the cockpit and they'll try to hold this area down. Now, this might...
Just going to pause there. Go back to his comment about the elevator. If it's the first thing that you do before you get out of the seat, the problem is that experienced pirates are going to know that you can't move that fast, and they're just going to sit there and go, oh, you just opened up all the doors. So we already know where they're at. They're going to be up in the top area for a C2. So for any Herc, they'll just stay at the top. Realistically, the irony here is that for a pirate, we don't actually need to go up. We actually don't need to go up into the top area where the person is. Normally, it is a better idea to, because they can form a party, somebody can then quantum travel to them. If you got a large enough crew though, and you got some fighters with you, you just give them something to do. That said though, another common tactic, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if old mate's going to mention it though, a common tactic that is used to prevent pirates from being able to gain maximum profit is ship ramming. Whoever is the rescuer will come in and their only objective is to destroy the ship that you're trying to pirate by ramming into it, or the lock missiles or whatever. Now, I would say the only real reason why you're going up there to cap the owner is to get rid of any marks that they could have. 9 times out of 10, they don't have any friends, and they're going to start putting out calls in chat. Hey, I'm being pirated. Somebody help me, please. And then they'll get added to a party. If that doesn't happen, there's no reason really to go up there other than wanting to get into a fight, which is, fun. It's a lot of fun. So, I'd be going up there just to fight them, just for the fun of it. But at the same time, you don't actually have to, because all the cargo, all the valuable shit is downstairs. And if you're not concerned about markers and you got enough people there to fight off anybody that's trying to reinforce, I would just start moving the boxes and leave old mate up there bloody stand at a fucking door, thinking that you're going to come up so that they can gun you down. Meanwhile, their fucking buddies who are trying to come to reinforce them are just getting slaughtered by your mates.
Might seem great because you have a fatal funnel where pirates and boarding members are going to come through, and mind you, yes, this is all going to be an EVA, but for the sake of this video, to make it quicker and not have to EVA and play with those great mechanics, we're doing this right now with gravity. This seems like a good idea in concept, and really it is, but the problem is that right behind you, you have this big window. Boarding parties more than likely will send a ship or somebody on EVA to come look through this window to see specifically if you're holding this angle. Reality is, if you're holding this angle, they could wait you out. They could just completely ignore you. They could put somebody on the other side of all these airlocks and just wait for you to come out. Don't give them that intel. The less information you give these pirates, the better. The fact that you're out of your seat and in this ship, they don't know exactly where you are, but they know you're here. They'll keep scanning. So what I would advise is once you do all that, leave the bridge. Get out of here. Leave all these airlocks. Go through all 700 airlocks that the Hercules has, and make your way somewhere to the back of the ship. Now, here is where problem 2 comes with some traders. For whatever reason, they're going to rush downstairs. They'll either go down the ladder or take the elevator down to the lower deck. Now, in theory, you'd say, yeah, I want to meet these pirates head on, but what these two things have created here, it's the only 2 entry points to get to the upper deck of a C2, and they're right next to each other. This is kind of a godsend, because you can kind of cover both of these at once with very little issue. And with as borky as EVA mechanics are, anybody boarding this elevator is going to have gravity. Yeah, it's a bug, I think, but they're going to be with gravities, which means that when they leave the threshold of this elevator here, there's a good chance that they're going to get that really, really honky EVA animation where they kind of just spin like a pretzel.
The elevators having gravity is actually intended at the moment. It's one of those things where COG didn't have the programmer support to prevent the elevators from maintaining gravity. And plus, certain ships, like, you can't really get to other parts of it without elevators. Even the Carrack is difficult to navigate without the elevators. Now, so far he's talking about strategies on, what you could do to stop the pirates from getting to you. He hasn't gone into why you would want to be doing all this, though. So we'll keep watching. I'm interested to see if he actually gets to that point, because why not go downstairs and fight the pirates? Why wouldn't you? There's got to be a reason why you'd stay up here and not go down there. You're playing a video game, FPS is part of it. Why not engage in the FPS? There's got to be a reason for it, right?
If you're set up for that and you catch them during that animation, they're not going to even have a chance to shoot back at you, let alone probably see where you are. Now, the counter to that is pirates can come up this ramp and have a little more consistent EVA. However, there is counters to this, and that would be on another video, but you can pretty much block this with a 2 STU box. Yes, I know. It's doable. It's been done. I've been on the back end over here, and there will be a video on how to counter this because there is counters for all that. And it's really not as complicated as people think. It's a good strat, but like everything in this game, it's not fail-proof. So, you're up here, you're holding this area, and you decide, all right, where to set up. Good thing with the Hercules is that it's a very big, long ship, and it does give you a lot of decent angles. One angle that I would recommend is when you're in EVA, you'll be able to pretty much just peek right over this rail and hold this little angle here. Anybody coming around that corner over there is pretty much in your line of sight. If you get a good EVA and you're pretty much just holding closer to that rail, but about this angle here, you can literally just watch right here and get every pirate coming through. Now, can they swarm you? Can desync at you? Yes, absolutely. Nothing, like I said, is fail-proof in this game, but this gives you a fighting chance. Another good angle that you might want to explore is to come on the opposite side, where now you have some more pillars. Now, this is a little more complicated because there is some things you got to contend with. However, you know, you don't want to stand, like I've seen some traders do, over here. This is a very, very, very bad angle to be, because as they come up that elevator, they're going to see you right here, and by the time the animation of that glass opens, they're just going to pre-fire you. They're going to pre-fire. You can try pre-firing them, but if there's two of them on that elevator or a second one comes up that ramp or that ladder at the same time, you're pretty much toast. At that point in time, just, you know, put your shit in local inventory, hope that you can respawn and come back to your body marker. You can, if you want, hide inside habitation. You can hide, you know, down here the recreation area and stuff like that. Reality is these aren't really that great to set up an ambush because, again, you can kind of be pinched in here and there's really nowhere for you to hide. These are just big open areas where you really don't have cover. You can try to cover that side over there, but your back is exposed to another entry point. If they decide to push you at the same time, you're kind of done. You know, you could go back yourself into the armory of the M2.
You could do a lot of things. You could do a lot of things, you know, defending your ship. The most successful defenses that I've seen on a C2 haven't come from anybody that we've pirated. It's always been when we've done our simulations. And it's literally, you wait until they get out of the elevator and they start heading towards the cockpit, come up behind them, shoot them in the back. Done. Part of the reason why that works is, realistically, you can only fit 2 people in the elevator at a time when you're going through a C2 or, you know, the Herc whilst it's in EVA. More than 2 on that elevator, you're pushing it. You can go 3, but normally the third person can't get out before the door's shut again. So, yeah, like, you're better off being patient. Watch, wait, because they've got to find you. They're looking for you. So they're going to start with the most obvious places first, and then they'll start sweeping around. So, you know, watch, wait, and when they're not looking at you, cap them in the back. Grab their kit, throw it in the local inventory of the ship, and then wait for the next lot to come up. And keep moving. Don't fucking stay still. Yeah, like, we'll see how he keeps going if he keeps giving hypotheticals on where you could be and where you couldn't be. It's like you're a person with a brain, just use it.
2 or A2 if you're traded in that, but at the end of the day, your best angle is out here. The other option you have too for a C2 boarding is you could or could not open all, but you could also the moment your ship gets soft death.
Nelson, it's as so clearing a ship is a systemic thing. So what you want to do is you want to, like, you know, it's better to start from one end and then sweep through. So, you know, like, make your way around to the cockpit, go forward, just in case they're still there. If then, you know, clear it visually, yep, there's no one there. Go back, sweep down one side, then sweep down the other. That way you make sure you get everything. It's good practice to do it that way anyway, because if you are using distortion to disable a ship, your priority is getting to the cockpit, because if they initiate self-destruct and you manage to get onto that ship, every second that you are spending on that ship is working towards getting to the cockpit so you can shut the self-destruct off. So yeah, for us, we do it out of, you know, practice, and we'll go forward, make sure it's clear, and then start clearing the rest. It's not a hard spot to clear either, and if we're going to get engaged, normally it will be us trying to get to the bridge. If they'll see our backs, they'll try and engage us from behind, which is why, you know, like, if we do send a boarding team up, we'll try and send, you know, ideally 4 people. Do it in pairs.
Rush the elevator. Rush the elevator out here, take the elevator outside, and just beat feet to EVA. As fast as you can, as far away from the ship as you can. Fight the temptation to shoot the first people you see from the boarding party. If you decide to bail from the ship, you're going to be a pretty much silent observer for a while. Time is on your side as the trader here. This is a time you go to Discord and hail for org mates, or you can request assistance from anti-piracy groups. If there's people in the server that you know, request them. The one thing I wouldn't do is don't give any real-world information through global chat. The pirates are always monitoring global chat. That's how we get a lot of our intel, is you guys will accidentally type something in there, maybe meant for a party, or say something that we can deduce we know what you're doing, and that's how we can set up some snares and catch you guys really easy.
Thought this was supposed to be a quick video.
So don't give any advantage to us. It's not that hard. Just go radio silent and watch. Time is on your side. If you're in a C2 and you have 696 SUs a barrel, these pirates are going to have to call in logistics. They're going to have to call in a Caterpillar or another C2. If it's only 3 or 4 of them, it's going to take them a little while to offload this ship and load it onto their cargo ship. Use the time to observe, to see what they're doing. Coordinate with your forces. If you only have, let's say, a group of 3 or 4 pirates, and let's say they're all in their own ships, so you got 3 or 4 ships, well, you're going to have more than likely 1 pirate inside the C2 unloading cargo from here. Let's say they have a Caterpillar here, well, you're going to have 1 inside the Caterpillar loading cargo there. You might have 1 working the middle, or in either one of those ships, whichever is going slower, whether the offload or the onload, and you're going to have 1 more than likely just providing security. So in theory, anybody that comes to counterattack these pirates only has to immediately contend with 1 ship, potentially. Now, maybe it's a multi-crew ship, so maybe they have 1 offload, 1 onload, and 1 person in a multi-crew ship, let's say a Cuddy Blue with a turret gunner. If you can get 2 or 3 people to join a party with you, jump to you and coordinate, and all jump together and come in at the same time, you can put a good world of hurt on that 1 person that's Overwatch right now. The other guys are going to have to scramble and make the decision. Do we go back to our ships and fight this counter attack that's coming to us right now? Or do we try to bail out with a prize ship?
That isn't a question. You fight. Prize ship bails. You guys hold off until your prize ship gets out. Thing is that this guy was a prospect in Mongrel Squad for a short period of time. So I don't know if he went through our boarding training though. Not sure. Like, the information is solid. The problem is the presentation here. It's not engaging. I don't need to listen to somebody telling me what to do. It's a video. Speak and show. And to sit there and say, yeah, it's just a quick video. This is 12 minutes is not a quick video. It's just a quick video for you just to slap something together, throw it on YouTube in the hope that you'll get views. But if you actually care that much about putting this information out there, you'd work on the presentation. Like, it matters. Especially if you're going to put so much time and effort into explaining this. Do it right. People appreciate it more.
Misdirection there, that could be the moment where you now, who've been EVA patiently waiting, can get into position now where those pirates might be a little panicked and a little confused trying to, react to the situation. Now you can go out there and shoot them with your FPS weapon. It's all about timing, patience, and just really not overthinking things. It really is simple. If you're just a trader that does this just because you don't care, you want to throw a movie on a second monitor, run around, sell some space cargo with, no real purpose for anything, then by all means, backspace, Alt F4, do whatever you want. But if you want to have a fighting chance, these simple little tactics that I just talked about right now are probably some of the best defenses you can have to fight off a group of pirates. And quite honestly,
the name is Stranger Danger. Last week we showed him in a video where he was imprisoned by ITC after he ran onto the elevator of one of their members' ships. He didn't join Mongrel Squad under the name Stranger Danger. He joined under a different name. And I think he ended up getting removed, or he ended up having to drop out of Mongrel Squad because he didn't have the time to keep up with our attendance requirements. But yeah, like, the information he's putting out there is solid, but we're just looking at a dude holding an FS9 and a fucking back of Herc. Yeah, he was NA. He was a NA member, so you probably never encountered him, Mario.
It'll probably be really fun. At the end of the day, your ship is soft death, it's dead in the water, you're gonna die. You're gonna have a body marker here, you're gonna have to try to find the ship. Why not go out with a real bang and give these guys a run for their money? It's worth it. At the end of the day, I think it's worth it. You're not gonna lose much. You're gonna lose 20 or 30,000 credits worth of gear, that really you can go do a bunker run and replace in 10 minutes, and you engage in some good, fun gameplay. Now, that's not to say that being on the pirating end is fun. It does kind of suck to get your ship destroyed and potentially lose your cargo, but go out swinging. Give these guys a run for their money. I'd be lying to tell you right now, if every trader we've soft death or snared or distorted, that we've got their cargo. There have been guys that have surprised us. There have been guys that have fought back and won. It happens. It really does happen. And quite honestly, a lot of these guys that have fought back and won, we actually have built really good relationships with. So don't be scared. Don't venture outside with the normal, just throwing on a nukes it is, go selecting a button on a terminal, flying to another place to push another button. Get a
I'm going to put it to you this way, Grizz. Jack Axton got banned or suspended for 3 days for ramming a ship on a pad where you couldn't spawn ships on, and for ramming a ship that was hovering in an armistice zone. It doesn't matter if we don't have the information. The rules are whatever CIG tells us when they tell us. The rules are whatever CIG tells us. And to try and sit there and play rules lawyer over this over and over again amongst, we're essentially the peanut gallery arguing over the bloody salt that gets put on us. It doesn't matter, you know. Whoever's making the peanuts, or making the salted peanuts, they decide how much salt gets put on there, not us. Alright, we're almost done with this video.
The kit. Basic kit is all you need. Just some heavy armor, some grenades, plenty of ammo, good FPS weapon that you like, and that's it. With all that said, this is Stranger. I hope you guys get a little bit of information from this, and hopefully it helps you out there in case you encounter pirates. We'll see you guys. Peace.
I like that ending. That was good. That was good. That was my favorite part. Normally, when I say that, it's like I'm being facetious, but this was actually a good ending. All right. There was a lot of solid information in that video. My criticism is pretty much the presentation wasn't that great. Like, it's like just a talking head type thing. I mean, it's ironic because I'm doing reactions, right? Talking head and all that sort of stuff. But like, if you're going to talk about things that you do in a game, show the things that you're doing in the game. Like, show them examples of it. It takes more time, it takes more effort, but people appreciate the presentation more, and they'll be more receptive to the information that you're putting out there. It sucks. Content creation isn't easy, but it's worth the effort of trying to do it right. Especially if you want to try and grow your presence, grow your channel, grow your presence within the community, try and recruit for your organization. Putting out quality content matters. If you want to establish yourself as knowledgeable on a specific topic, presentation matters. It also shows that you actually care about the topic that you're talking about, not just making a video for the sake of making a video. The intent of, like trying to educate those who engage in cargo hauling as well is admirable. The honest, reality here is that the majority of players who use Altair 4 and all that, they're not interested in fighting back. They don't care. They will never be interested in engaging in combat. For those who may be, may feel like they have a chance, you realistically need to show an example of it happening. Content creators, streamers are normally the best to do this. Them getting pirated, them fighting back. Well, Nelson, it still matters. If you want to establish your channel for shit posting, presentation's still going to matter. Memes exist in the format that they do because visuals matter, and sometimes it's actually part of the meme to make it look like shit, but it's at least somewhat effort shown and thought into what you're doing. Pirate educating a trader, you can forgive the lack of enthusiasm. I don't know, like making tutorial based videos take a long time, especially when you got to get the B-roll. And if you're talking about something, you're doing the narration, making sure that the B-roll matches what you're doing, and you'll do your first pass on it and realize, oh shit, I'm missing all this, or this would look better. So you go back, you get that content, put it in there. It takes time. But the way I see it is that if you're gonna try and do tutorial based information, because that's what this is, it's a how-to, it's a tutorial, how to fight back, show, it's a video, show, talk, show how you do it. But yeah, information's solid, just let down by the visuals. Give them a break? No. If you're going to put video content out on the internet, you fucking should put the effort in. That's just it. Like, if you're going to put video content out there, put the effort in. It's one of the reasons why I haven't put a video out yet for the Mongrel Squad YouTube channel for our piracy stuff, because I'm putting more effort into it. and I'm getting all these lined up, and it's taking time. It's taking longer to do. But when every piracy hit can pretty much go the exact same way now, you got to try and like jazz it up a bit. You got to make it more presentable so that people are more willing to engage. I'm a strict daddy, yes. You must be, Jay, you must have been talking to my kids, because they'll tell you the same thing.